Hi guys, and welcome back. So for today I decided to analyze with you a game that I played half a year ago, around half a year ago on a tournament, and I managed to win, so yay. Okay, so I was white and I started with the move c4 and he decided to play knight f6. I thought he's going to play something like King's Indian here with these moves and so on. And he actually surprised me a little bit and played e6 here. But I'm of course prepared for this. At that time I just learned a new variation with e3, which is a very good variation for both sides, but I think it's more comfortable to play it with the white pieces. And basically your plans here are to play your bishop to b2, to fianchetto your bishop, play d3 probably, put your rook on the c file because this file is probably going to open up, and so on. But oh, sorry, let me just delete this. But here I don't know why, but okay, first I developed my bishop to b2 square on this nice diagonal here, which is also probably going to open. And now this b6 move, he also tried to fianchetto his bishop. And here, if I would play this game right now, I would actually play g3 and fianchetto my bishop. Something like this. And this would be a pretty good position for me. This bishop um, may look blocked here by this pawn, but this is just the situation right now because these pawns are probably going to exchange, and my bishop is going to become open here. So this really isn't the problem here. But in this position I played bishop to e2, and I actually immediately regret it because um, I saw these problems here when he goes there to this square b7 with his bishop, and it's just a little bit annoying sometimes if I move my queen, let's say, to c2 square, and my bishop, let's say I take this pawn, and now if he takes, then I have bad pawns here. But this didn't really happen and it was okay at the end. So here he developed his knight, and I castled, and he developed his bishop to b7 like we said he's going to do. And now I put my rook to this file that is going to open most probably because of these exchanges here, and they happened, and I decided to take it with a bishop because as you can see I put a rook here for a reason. Now it's on a half open file. There aren't any pawns here, but there are pieces which are probably going to move away, so that's okay. Now he moved there with his knight, and his idea was of course go to this d3 square, and just I would have to take this knight or just get rid of this. He will just get rid of this bishop, so I would probably take this knight, yes. And I don't really want to do this because you know the bishop pair is good, and these are just problems here in this position if he manages to play a knight to d3. So this move wasn't really good here. I should keep my bishop on this diagonal because it's going to be pretty active here, but I just I don't know why I wanted to exchange it for this bishop here. It just wasn't a great idea, but I played it anyway, and yeah, I mean, what can I say? I learned from it, so that's always great. And now he played rook to e8. I actually don't know why, but yeah, probably he wanted to play knight to d3, and when I take his bishop, he wanted to take with a rook. But here I played d4 and knight to d3 is not possible here. So he played his knight to e4. Another great square for a knight. But first I exchanged, of course, and now he took with a rook, which I think wasn't the best idea to do. I don't know why he took it with a rook. Maybe he wanted to go there and have some pressure here, but I can always just play something like knight here, and it's a bit annoying here. So I don't know why he took it like this, but okay. I took his knight because my knight was attacked. I could also play something like queen here, but this is not very good because he'll just take and probably put his knight here again, which is not that great for me. And so I just took this knight. He took it back, and I played my bishop to d3. As you can see, I already marked this my idea of knight jumping here on this square. Now you can see the purpose of this rook being here. It's a very useful piece here, and if I did this, I would just get rid of his bishop, which is pretty good on this diagonal here, and I would just have a really better position. Maybe winning. I don't know if winning, but really a better position. So he played f6, but this gives him a weakness here on e6 and just weakens his king a bit, which I didn't exploit unfortunately, but it's okay. So I played a queen to c2, attacking this knight even more. He had to defend it, and now I was a bit afraid of this batter here of queen and a bishop looking here, because if I moved my knight somewhere, then he could, I don't know, have some tactics here with taking and there and then checkmating me. So I was pretty afraid of it, so that's why I just took the knight and exchanged the queens. And I thought, okay, his bishop is pretty good, but he has this pawn here also on this c7 square, which looks pretty weak, so I decided to double up on the c file because it's half open and just attack this pawn. And I thought my position was pretty great, and it actually was. So I played rook to c3, and I wasn't really afraid of him taking here. Yeah, I doubled my pawns, but now I will double on this c file and just attack his pawn. He's going to be passive. I'm just going to come into the action with my king and push these pawns and probably just win the game or have a better position. So I wasn't afraid of this. So he played rook to c8. He didn't take my knight, which was a good idea for him. But I mean, I just doubled the rooks. This was my plan, and now he played a5, probably with ideas like playing a4 and ruining my structure if I take, and then attacking here my pawns, probably. But I don't know. I mean, I played knight to d2, just attacking his bishop and remaneuvering my knight to some better square, like you were going to see. He played his bishop to the central square, and I played my knight to c4. And the point of this move is actually I'm attacking this pawn, because here if he plays something like this, I could take this pawn and he can't recapture because of the pin. So that's the problem here. And if he takes, then I'm very happy. I mean, again, I have this pressure on this pawn here, on this weak pawn, because there's really a lot of pressure here on this file, and he can't play something like c5 to, or I don't know, c6. He can't move it because he's going to lose it. So this would be a very great position for me. So that's why he played rook to d8. Just he got off this annoying pin here. And now I played knight to a3. And my idea was I'm again attacking this weak pawn. And he defended it. And now I jumped here to this really great square p5 with my knight. Just really attacking this pawn really hard, and he can defend it, so the only way for him to hold on to this pawn was to play move c6. And now you can see I can go back to this square, c4, and from there attack the b6 pawn and also the a5 pawn, and also this c6 pawn is pretty weak because it's hardly going to move to, I don't know, this square, because I'll just take it and he's just going to lose this pawn if he moves it. And now I'm attacking it pretty hard. So he played here e5, which was probably a pretty good move because I was just winning the battle here on the queen side. So he decided to make action in the center. That's a lot of times a great idea. If your opponent is better at one side, um, you want to have the other side better than your opponent. Be active on the other side. So here I took. He took it with his rook, which was great. And now this move, I don't really know why I played this move. I actually don't really remember. Yeah, I think I wanted to play this move. And he can't take because of the pin, and then I'm attacking two pawns, and he's going to probably lose one because I'm also attacking his rook. But this wasn't a very good move, just waiting for him to make a mistake, a tactical mistake, which he didn't do. So he moved his rook away, which was alright. I moved my knight to c4, attacking these two pawns, and he took it because it was pretty big pressure. And I took it. Now I'm attacking this pawn on c6, and he pushed it to c5. And now I thought, for the basically whole game, I thought I was a bit better. My position was a bit better. But here I thought, how am I going to get the advantage here? I don't see a clear way how to do it. I should double my rooks on the d file. That's of course a plan because it's an open file. And here I just bring my king into the action. You want to always in the endgame bring your king into the center, so he does it too. And I decided to just double up on the d file. He tried to attack me here, but I saw no problem in this, and we just exchanged rooks. And now this pawn, as you know, is an isolated pawn. But probably do it like this. It's an isolated pawn. You may say that it's a bit weak because it's the endgame, but it's also a passed pawn, which means it's going to promote easier than the other pawns on the board. So this is also the advantage here. Now he bring his king into the action. I pushed my passed pawn because, as you know, passed pawns should be pushed, and now he tried to exchange rooks. And here I calculated the whole thing, and I saw the variation, and I saw that I was winning here, so I just exchanged rooks. Because you have to calculate all the variations, because if you have like, I don't know, 3 variations and one of them doesn't work for you and you still decide to play it, then you're probably going to lose. That's the sad truth, but that's why you want to always check all the lines, and when you're absolutely 100% sure that they all work, then you play it, like I did here. And I just went for these pawns here. He played b5, kinda stopping me from just taking all his pawns, but it was okay. I saw this move a4, and now he had uh, three options. He played the move c4, but let's just look at what happens if he plays b4, just blocking the whole thing. Then I play my king to c4 and just deflect this king away from the defense of this pawn. So now I can win all his pawns and promote really faster than he can. And this is just winning. And notice that here if he goes there, then I just push my pawn. And at one point he's going to have to defend it, and now it's the same thing or even better for me. Yeah, even better. So it's also losing for him. Now if he took this pawn, of course this is again winning, because I don't know, wherever he goes, I just again push this pawn and then just go for this one here and promote, right? It's also winning. So that's why he played c4 here, which kinda didn't work for him. Okay, so if you want to take a challenge here, please pause the video and think about which move do you think I played in this position, and it's absolutely winning. Okay, so if you thought about this position and if you came with the move king to c3, then you're absolutely right, because as you can see, he can't take here, because then I would just take his pawn and win this pawn, and as we saw, he can do whatever he wants. Let's say this, I just go there with my pawn, I don't know, whatever, and he has to stop it, and now take this pawn and I just promote again. So that's winning. Really, all the lines winning for me. So that's why he took here. And now you had to calculate this variation. It's very cool variation. Really, I was really satisfied when I saw this. I just took on the b5, and this is just beautiful. These electric pawns going up the board, and one king can't stop both. And it's really beautiful, as you can see here. These pawns just marching up the board, and here he resigned because he unfortunately can't stop both the pawns, as you can see. If he tries to go for this one, okay, if he tries to go for this one, then this one goes up and he has to defend. Now actually I can just play this move and he can take it because my pawn would promote like this. That's why he has to go back, and I go there, and now I just promote one of these pawns. And this was really a beautiful example of electric pawns here. I was really happy with the result, and I actually know this player. It was actually the brother of my schoolmate, so it was really fun to play against him, and I got a lot from this game, from the middle game and end game. It was really an instructive game, so I hope you also got something from it. And if you enjoyed the video, please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.